Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all doing really well. I think it's safe to say that the past few weeks have definitely been very scary and uncertain, but I thought that today, for today's video, we could look at a group of people that seem to be struggling quite a lot. Celebrities, apparently. Yes, you did hear me right. We're actually going to be ranking the celebrity blunders that have been happening over the past couple weeks in regards to quarantine and everything that's been going on. This ranking is going to make a lot more sense once the actual categories are shown. Like, this isn't meant to be an actual serious ranking where I'm saying one action is worse than another or less worse than another. It'll make a lot more sense as the video progresses, I swear. But yeah, I just want to put that in the front of the video before someone thinks that I'm trying to like actually make this a serious video, because it's definitely not serious. This week's sweaty shoutout goes to kea.o.my, and they sent this photo. Draw the ultimate bike. A worm. If you want to get a shout out for yourself, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram, and then DM me your favorite meme of the week, and you might get chosen. I haven't done a ranking video in a while. I'm pretty sure the last one I did was over a year ago when I did the ranking White Boys of the Month video, which I had a ton of fun doing that video, but the main reason I stopped doing ranking videos was because visually, I felt like it wasn't terribly engaging, but now that there's the whole tier maker trend going on, I feel like using that will make this a lot more entertaining to watch. With that being said, the visuals are definitely inspired by Mike's Mike here on YouTube. He is so funny and so entertaining to watch, and he has so many different ranking videos as well as stuff beyond that I could not recommend more. If you want to check out his channel for yourself, which once again I could not recommend more, I'm going to be linking it down below. So before we actually start with the ranking, I thought that we should go through the rankings themselves, because I thought that celebrities deserved a little more than the standard ranking system. So starting off with the bottom tier, we have the redacted tier, and this is basically reserved for any kind of celebrity that was to act like a for absolutely no reason. The next tier is the clapping tier, because apparently there is so much clapping that we had to reserve an entire tier for it. So basically with this tier, it's pretty straightforward. Anybody who does a little bit of this is going here. Moving on from the clapping tier, we go on to my personal favorite tier, which is the Goop Lab employees tier. I like Goop Lab employees. This tier definitely has a lot of layers to it, which means that there's going to be quite a range of different celebrities that end up in it. But to give you guys, I guess, a bit of a grasp on what kind of qualities the celebrities will have that end up in this tier, I guess you could just kind of think in general of like ignorance, elitism, no grasp on reality, and in general are quite misinformed. But then again, you could also just kind of boil that all down to anybody who would willingly buy Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle. Actually, yeah, that's a good way of summarizing it. Any celebrity that you think would rationalize buying Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina candle for whatever reason is ending up here. Moving on from the Goop Lab employees tier, we have the Imagine tier. Now, while this category is quite high on the list, the requirements to get into it are actually quite low, because all you have to do is just simply imagine. That's right, it's that simple. You don't have to actually do anything, you just have to imagine. Now the final tier, in my opinion, is quite self-explanatory, and it is the Britney Spears tier. That's it. So we're going to start off with Pharrell Williams, who put out this tweet that says, "Hospitals are running low on masks, gowns, and other critical items. We need to replenish their supplies. Take action, make a donation, and ask others to join the fight. We're in this together, let's protect the responders on the front lines." And then he put a link to a GoFundMe page. Now on the surface, this tweet seems fine because he's using his platform to boost a GoFundMe that's going to be benefiting first responders and just people on the front lines, but I guess the fact that he's worth $150 million is why it rubbed people the wrong way. Because the replies on this tweet are lethal. I do not support celebrities anymore. This pandemic is showing me how dare they ask me? They're asking me to touch America right now. Now, I don't think this situation is unique per se, because there's definitely been times before where celebrities have posted GoFundMe links, and then there's the odd reply where someone's like, "Hey, why don't you just pay for it yourself?" But I think the sheer scale of this one is what makes it so insane, because literally every single reply under this tweet is just ripping him to shreds. So when it comes to where we're going to place Pharrell on here, I feel like it's between the Imagine tier and the Goop Lab employees tier, because I feel like he had good intentions by posting that GoFundMe link. He just didn't really realize how people would respond to it and how it would kind of come off by posting it. He just wasn't realizing things. I think I'm going to put him in the Imagine tier because I feel like more than anything, he was just kind of clueless in this situation, and he was just imagining. Next, we have Jennifer Lopez, who posted this video on Twitter with the caption, "We can't go out to any restaurants or anything, but the service and entertainment here is pretty good." And then the video itself is her kid on a hoverboard delivering her a can of Perrier. In terms of ranking, Yeah, this is some Goob Lab employee activity if I've ever seen it. Oh, look at that. She's even got one of the candles burning in the background. Next, we have Priyanka, who posted this video with the caption, "People around the world have shown their appreciation for the doctors, nurses, and all first responders battling COVID-19 by clapping on their balconies. Although I couldn't be there in India today to join, I'm there in spirit." This video is only 9 seconds long, and yet there are so many layers to it. I think the first thing we should talk about is her clapping, because I don't think I've ever seen someone clap that unnaturally in my entire life. If you try to clap along with the video, it's the most unnatural thing. Now, I've come to 2 conclusions as to why she's clapping like this. The first one is that she just actually claps this way, and then the other reason is that because this was shot as a boomerang, it's just kind of cropping it weird, which I know what you're thinking. It's probably because it's a boomerang, but hear me out here. Wouldn't it just be a little bit funnier if we just pretended she actually claps like this? But even if we ignore the weird clapping pattern, this video is still weird. Like, she's clearly gotten someone to like film her while she's doing it, which means she would have had to have a conversation with someone along the lines of, "Hey, can you film me alone on a balcony clapping?" Also, I just don't understand the point of this. Like, is someone supposed to like watch this and be like, "Wow, Priyanka is clapping for me. Thanks." Ranking wise though, this one is pretty straightforward. It is clearly going in the clapping tier. Next we have Madonna, which is a very interesting situation.
That's the thing about COVID.
Could one of those be the vagina candle? Very likely.
COVID-19, it doesn't care about how rich you are, how famous you are. It's the great equalizer. And what's terrible about it is what's great about it.
I don't even know what to say. Like, what is this? Okay, ranking wise, I'm a little conflicted because I feel like Madonna belongs in Redacted, but the quarantine bath thing also feels very Goop Lab. Like, there's a high probability that one of those candles by the side of the bathtub is a vagina candle. Even considering that though, I feel like all of the videos in general just kind of hold that like Redacted kind of energy. So I think I'll put her in Redacted. Moving on from Madonna, we'll settle on Vanessa Hudgens, who posted a very interesting Instagram live a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, till July sounds like a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. But like, it's a virus. I get it. Like, I respect it.
Her energy in this video is so fucking funny if it wasn't for the fact that she's broadcasting this to millions of people. It's a virus. I get it. I respect it. What does that mean? Guys, don't worry. Our first wall of defense is Vanessa Hudgens' respect for coronavirus.
But at the same time, like, even if everybody gets it, like, yeah, people are gonna die.
The way that she, like, sings it a bit.
It's just terrible, but, like, inevitable?
I love how after she said, even if everyone gets it, there's, like, that brief pause where you could kind of tell that she was having that moment in her head where she's like, should I continue this sentence or should I just shut up? And instead of shutting up, she instead decided to sing it.
Yeah, people are gonna die, which is terrible, but inevitable.
I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now.
You think. The line "people are gonna die, which is terrible but inevitable" sounds very Goop to me. Okay, next is Kim Kardashian. She got in shit for responding to, I think it was like leaked Kanye West videos that came out, like regarding the whole Taylor Swift and Kanye West kind of beef. And then Taylor had like acknowledged it and then was like, but donate to these great causes. And then Kim Kardashian put out a whole thread where she was trying to be like, this is so old and like, I shouldn't even be bothering responding to this, even though I'm still responding to it. She tried to pull the whole, like, there's better things to talk about, but then made a whole thread about it. That whole situation is just annoying at this point, meaning this is automatically landing in Redacted. Before we continue on with the video, I did want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, which is Function of Beauty. Function of Beauty is a customizable hair care brand that not only lets you create your own shampoo and conditioner formulas, but also delivers them straight to your door. The process of finding your personalized hair care formula is super easy. All you have to do is fill out a 2-minute quiz outlining your hair type, goals, and personalized preferences. Then you get to choose the color of your shampoo and conditioner, the fragrance, and even pick a name to get printed on the bottle. What's also great is that regardless of the formula you customize, Function of Beauty products have no parabens, sulfates, GMOs, or toxins and are 100% vegan and cruelty-free. Since it's spring, I decided to go for some more spring-like colors, so allow me to introduce you to Function of Sweaty. Obviously, one of the main reasons I love Function of Beauty is the adorable packaging and the fact that I can actually name my hair care Function of Sweaty, but I would definitely say one of my favorite parts is how customizable it is, because when my hair goals change, I can simply just change the formula. This time around, my hair goals were to lengthen and volumize my hair, soothe the scalp, control oil, and add shine. Then scent-wise, I went with peach and mandarin and got the shampoo in pink and conditioner in orange. Result-wise, over the past few weeks, I've noticed my hair isn't getting oily or weighed down, and it just looks a lot shinier and healthier. When I'm feeling like giving myself a pamper day, I love to use their shampoo and conditioner in conjunction with their hair serum. I just find whenever I put this stuff in my hair, it just feels so healthy and soft and silky. But they also offer a leave-in treatment and hair mask if that's more your thing, and all three are 100% customizable and can be added to any order. They also have a subscription service where you can get ongoing deliveries of your favorite personalized formulas on a delivery schedule of your choice that you can cancel at any time or change your formula by switching up the goals and scents as often as you want. So if you're interested in checking out Function of Beauty for yourself, follow my link below to get 20% off of your first order. Thanks again to Function of Beauty for sponsoring. Now let's get to the rest of the video. Moving on, we have Ellen, who got in some hot water because she basically told her crew to brace themselves for a 60% pay cut, even though the show is still airing from her house. I mean, you have to be a pretty sizable piece of to do that, so she's going in redacted. Next, we have Justin Bieber, Hailey Bieber, and Kendall Jenner, who for some reason decided it would be a good idea to go on Instagram Live, even though it's quite common knowledge at this point that it's almost inevitable that a celebrity going on Instagram Live is going to result in them saying something stupid and broadcasting that stupid thing they said to millions of people and then getting in shit for it.
How blessed are we to be able to, like, a lot of people obviously in this time are, have a crappy situation, and they look at us, and obviously, we've worked hard for where we're at, so it's like we can't feel bad for the things that we have, but I think just us taking that time to acknowledge that.
Oh my god, like, just stop talking. Look at how blessed we are. Like, isn't that crazy how blessed we are right now? And we're like talking about this while all the other people who aren't as blessed as us are watching. But like, we shouldn't feel bad about being so blessed though, because we're blessed. Ranking wise, this one's kind of weird because there's no clapping in this video, yet it's kind of giving me clapping video energy. But also at the same time, he's just saying dumb shit, which means that it belongs in redacted. A video that does truly belong in the clapping tier though is none other than Mariah Carey clapping. This next one is very important. Liam Payne. Stop talking. Some of you guys might be aware of the rumors about a One Direction reunion that have been surfacing over the past couple weeks as coronavirus has kind of been happening, and one person in specific can't seem to stop talking about it. Now, is this technically a corona blunder or a quarantine blunder? No. But is this just a blunder that's happening during this time? Yeah. Obviously, Liam Payne is headed straight for the redacted tier. Please stop playing with my feelings during this very trying time. Surprisingly, Dr. Phil of all people is also a part of this ranking discussion, and it's because of what he said on the Ingram Angle segment, which is aired by Fox News. I have no idea why he was on there in the first place, considering he's not an actual doctor. I feel like this is kind of the equivalent of interviewing Paw Patrol over gun violence. Regardless of the fact that he shouldn't have been interviewed in the first place, during the interview he started saying that we shouldn't have started with the social distancing, and when he was pressed for like alternative solutions to suggest, he instead just said, the fact of the matter is that we have people dying. 45,000 people a year die from auto accidents, 480,000 from cigarettes, 360,000 a year from swimming pools, but we don't shut the country down for that, but yet we're doing it for this. Correct me if I'm wrong here. Dr. Phil just compared coronavirus to a swimming pool. A fucking swimming pool. You know what? He's right. It's basically the same thing. They are the exact same. Swimming pool, coronavirus. Basically the same thing. They even rhyme. Dr. Phil, I want to say I'm sorry for doing this, but I'm really not. You are going straight to the Goop Lab employees. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Okay, wait, I feel like I should explain why he's there instead of redacted really quickly. Dr. Phil does belong in redacted and Goop Lab employees at the same time, but his goopness is very overwhelming, which is why he's there. You might be wondering what I mean by goopness, and what I mean by that is that his whole mentality where he's like, people die all of the time, we need to be free, is very much in line with the Vanessa Hudgens video and also just everything Gwyneth Paltrow has ever said. Isn't that sweet? Look at all the goopers just gooping around. I wonder if Goop Lab trainees are named like Gooplings. Greetings, Gooplings. Welcome to the Goop Lab. Okay, next we have Ellen, who apparently was able to piss off people enough times to end up on this list twice. This time, though, it didn't have to do with cutting anyone's pay. It actually had to do with one of these segments that was on her show that she was filming at her house.
One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that people, this is like being in jail, is what it is. It's mostly because I've been wearing the same clothes for 10 days and everyone in here is gay. The jokes that I have.
My God. How? How do you say that? Who cleared this? I cannot wrap my head around the fact that celebrities have all of this money, all of these resources, and yet none of them have thought, hey, maybe I should hire a person whose like job is just being a normal human, and I show them everything I'm about to post, and they can tell me if I'm gonna look like an ass or not. Naturally, this joke didn't go over well at all, especially considering she lives in a house that's worth $27 million. Obviously, this goes in the redacted tier. Why did you say this? Why? Next, we have Justin Bieber again, and you might be wondering why he's a repeat. He was pretty controversial with the Instagram Live, but apart from that, he's kept a pretty low profile, but he's definitely been radiating some Liam Payne energy as of late. And since this has been happening within the quarantine timeline, I'm basically just gonna use that as an excuse to talk about it. As I'm sure most of you guys know, Justin Bieber dropped an album a couple months ago and a single that he was very desperate to get to #1, but it seems that his desperacy has not stopped. For the past few weeks, he's dropped 6 separate EPs where there hasn't been a new song on any of them, and they've only consisted of recycled songs from his album that he already put out, just for the sake of recirculating them. We've got R&Bieber, Work From Home, Biebs and Chill, Couple Goals, Party, Haley's Fave, and literally not a single new song is on any of these. Like, this is worse than merch bundles. At least with those, people get merch or they get concert tickets, but with this, he's just taking his songs that he's already put out and is just putting them on different EPs over and over again, hoping that one of them blows up with literally no additional effort. Unfortunately, this kind of desperacy does land you straight in the redacted tier, but more specifically, right beside Liam Payne. Now guys, we're on the second last one, and I'm sure that a lot of you guys can already guess which one we're going to be talking about next. Imagine. Now before we get to ranking this thing, I do want to put it out in the universe that it pains me so much that Natalie Portman is in this video. To a degree that it's almost embarrassing. Unfortunately for all of us, she is in it though, which is very sad. Because this thing is awful. I will say though, from an entertainment standpoint, I feel like this video is so bad it's good. Like, obviously their lack of awareness is terrifying, but also at the same time, the idea of Gal Gadot sitting herself down and thinking of this idea and thinking it was going to go so well is kind of hilarious. With that being said though, Gal Gadot, why don't you sing us all the way up to your ranking?
And the world will be as one.
Now the final celebrity we're going to be looking at today has a tier completely reserved to themselves, and I'm sure that most of you guys have connected the dots and you know who's going where, but the reason that Miss Britney Spears is being ranked today is the complete opposite reason that all of the other celebrities have been ranked. While the other celebrities have annoyed, divided, and angered us, Miss Britney Spears has united us with this one post. During this time of isolation, we need connection now more than ever. Call your loved ones, write virtual love letters. Technologies like virtual communication, streaming, and broadcasting are part of our community collaboration. We will learn to kiss and hold each other through the waves of the web. We will feed each other, redistribute wealth, strike. We will understand our own importance from the places we must stay. Communion moves beyond walls. We can still be together. Beautifully said. Anyways, it seems that we've reached our final ranking. I hope you guys enjoyed the process, and if you would have ranked anyone differently, let me know in the comments down below. Obviously, this isn't meant to be taken seriously. This is honestly a shit post more than anything, but hopefully you guys enjoyed anyway. And yeah, if you guys did enjoy the video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And you can also follow me outside of YouTube on Instagram and Twitter, which are both Casey Aonso. And with that being said, I really hope you guys are staying safe and you're staying inside, and hope you guys have a good week, and I'll see you guys in the next one.